Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee. And oh my goodness. Grab your coffee, friends, or your tea. And you know what? If I was a connoisseur of fine liquor, I'd probably have some Grey Goose vodka in mine after the week I've had. But I'm not a drinker. Anyway, oh my goodness. Let me tell you about the week we had. First, let me tell you the good things. We've got the greenhouse is finished. Thank you, Jesus. The greenhouse is done. We about froze to death out there because we just didn't have any time on. My husband was working. So he was laid off. Friday was his last day. So Saturday we were out there. And we got the one gabled end is all we had to do, and we got that finished. And then we put the hardware on the doors. Well, we had to replace the one door, not replace the door. We had to redo the hinges on the door because the wind caught it when we had that really bad windstorm last week. So all done. It's all set. I got my a couple of my herb containers in there. With the one is my parsley container. So I want to see how that does, because inside that greenhouse, even with it not being completely finished, it was quite warm in there. And it was only about 30 degrees outside when we were working on it. So there, you know, I might have, without heating it, I might have enough warmth in there from the day, you know, the sunlight and that to grow that parsley. So I have parsley, you know, all winter. Would be nice. It would be really nice. And I know next winter we're going to plan to heat it. We're just not sure how, you know, what we're going to use. I thought about a pellet stove because you know what? That really is a good idea, because if you do a wood stove, which is nice too, but you have to worry about getting up in the middle of the night to go stoke it, because here where I'm at, it gets brutal cold here in Michigan. And if you have a pellet stove, you can, you know, load it up in the evening, and usually that bag will take it all through to the next day. So there's no worries in the middle of the night about going out and stoking that fire, you know, or having it going too hot. So I really might consider getting a very small pellet stove. We got the chicken coop all tarped up. They're good. They're all tucked in for the winter. The bunny rabbits, they're as good as we're gonna get them. We thought about putting plastic around their cages, but we're not going to do that. Because we got to buy straw for the winter yet. And we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So we're just going to stack our straw up around their cage and then tarp the straw. So it'll be perfect. And that way the lid can still slide open so we can, you know, get their food in there and that. It'll be perfect. And the little male that I had to take out of there, I said, "Oh, my grandkids will catch him." You know, no, we can't catch him. He comes out, he hangs around. You know, you can get close to him, but you can't literally pick him up. He darts away from you, but he'll be right there. So anyway, I was worried about him. What are we going to do with him? I don't want him to freeze to death. But that little silly bunny has underneath our chicken coop. It's there's like a little divot under there, and it makes a nice little burrow, I guess. Well, he's made home under there. So what we did was we put some straw down in under there. And he's blocked from the wind on all sides because there's just a little spot by the stairs or by the door to the chicken coop that you can see under that coop. And that's his little winter home, and I think he'll be fine under there. I've got his food, so when I go out and do my, you know, chicken and bunny chores, he'll get his food too and all his goodies. And I'll keep straw under there for him, and, you know, he'll be okay for the winter. I hope. I think so, because it's like my husband said, there's no wind blowing under there. He's going to be fine. So, anyway, my week, friends. We got the market stand down as well. The refrigerator's in. I've got it cleaned out. In fact, it's plugged back in and I'm using it. You know, I didn't use it last year through the winter, but I am going to use it because I've got a lot of stuff. Remember, I stockpiled a lot of stuff. I've got my freezers packed with, or my freezer packed with ready-made meals, you know, make-ahead meals. And because I'm prepared for this winter, just in case my husband doesn't go to work, right? So I've got the freezer. And I can store my butter and some of the other stuff that I have in the refrigerator, you know, extra milk, whatever. I can store some of my breads that I make ahead in the refrigerator. I can do a lot. I can utilize that out there quite well, and that's what I'm doing. I've already got the freezer pretty much stocked out there with it because my local butcher had a sale on leg quarters this week. 79 cents a pound. Well, I got a case of them. It comes in 40 pounds to a case. So I spent a good portion of yesterday cleaning, well, I shouldn't say a good portion, about 2-3 hours. I spent cleaning that chicken and deboning. So I took the leg quarters and I didn't debone them completely. A few of them I did. I can take a leg quarter and I can debone it and it still looks like a leg quarter with no bones in it. I love to do that because then I love stuffing them. You know, you stuff them and then you tie them and you roast them and they're wonderful. Anyway, I just took the back bone section off and cut them, you know, separated the leg from the thigh, cut the backbone off in it so I had a nice piece of thigh and a leg. That's in the freezer. I am flash freezing them. Well, they did more than flash freeze because today was just a nutso day for me. So tomorrow I'm going to have to take them out of the freezer and package them. They'll be like ice glazed now so that when I put them in a bag, I can take out as many or as few as I want. And I like doing stuff that way. I like doing that with my French fries and my vegetables, all that. Even your fruit. It's nice to do that with strawberries and fruit because you don't have a big old gob of ice and there's no waste because you don't have to unthaw the entire thing and then take a chance on not being able to eat it all. This way, I like things that are ice glazed or flash froze, whatever you want to call it. Okay. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, it started with me 3 weeks ago. I don't know what I did, but I hurt my hip for one thing. I think it's bursitis. And I hate to say that because, oh, yeah. Bursitis, it reminds me of my uncle. My uncle, I don't know why. It's just hilarious. I'll tell you this story. My uncle, when I was a little girl, he was quite a drinker. And he'd tell my mom, it was my mom's brother, and was always teasing my mom. He was just a cut up. Anyway, he'd always say, oh, my hip hurts. And I'd say, what's the matter, Uncle Al? What's the matter? He'd say, I got bursitis. He called it barthitis. You know. Don't ask. Drinking too much, I guess. I don't know. Barthitis. So every time I think of bursitis, I think of my Uncle Al and his barthitis. And I just about crack up laughing. But I do. I think it's bursitis in my hip. It travels all around. If anybody's got bursitis, you know, it does hurt. It's not a continuous thing every day, but sometimes it can last a couple weeks. And it can lay a hurting on you. So that was the beginning of my, I don't want to say bad luck. No more of that, please, Jesus. No more of that. So after that, we went down. My husband's brother was sick, okay? He's got to have a heart transplant. He's a sweetheart. He's 1 year younger than me, and he's back home now. He's on the list. We don't know how long it's going to take, But now he wants to move up here by us. And I thought, well, this house is for sale, you know, this house across from us is going to probably go up for sale pretty soon. Anyway, after that, we come back home, you know, things were going good. I was cooking away one day doing a video, and I don't know what happened, but I lost the diamond out of my wedding ring, out of my engagement ring. And I sat down at the computer, and I know I was tired. I just set my hands down, just like so. Just sit there and with your coffee, and you know, I looked down, and there's no stone. The head of my ring is there, but there's no stone, and I'm like, what? What the hell happened to my stone? And I thought, well, I'm never going to find it because I don't got a big diamond. I just got a little quarter carat, you know. It's not big at all. Thank goodness it's not a big gaudy ring. But that really is my fault because, you know, 16, 17 years ago, somewhere in there, when we got married, I put the ring on, you know, and I've never had it taken care of. Never had it checked out. I'd clean it with a toothbrush now and then, but you know, that was my fault. And so many women say, oh man, I'm guilty of the same thing. But I lost my stone. And I beat feet. I told my husband, I says, I don't know what to do. He says, well, you vacuum the house all the time. He says, check the vacuum. It might be in there. Well, I haven't checked the vacuum yet because I'm just not into digging through that, you know. For a quarter carat diamond, I mean, how are you going to find that? One of these days, I'll, you know, when it's nice, I'll lay it out on black paper or something, and I'll go through it and I'll see if that diamond's in there. But I got a good sized shop vac, an 8-gallon shop vac, so who knows if I'll find it or not. If I do find it, I'll have a necklace or something made out of it. But anyway, I had to buy a new ring. I beat feet down to Manistee to the jeweler. And I cannot believe the price of diamonds in just 2 years. It's crazy because 2 years ago, I was looking at my husband, he says, you know, I'll get you an anniversary ring. And I thought, yeah, that sounds kind of nice. Yeah, we can do that. So I was looking at them, and you could find them for about $100, $150. Nothing big and fancy, remember. Just simple, something simple. A little, for those of you who don't know, an anniversary ring is just a couple little tiny diamonds on a band. And that's really all it is. They can get fancier than that, but that's all I was looking at. And they were about, I think the most expensive I found was $150. Now they're $1,300. I'm like, why the sudden jump? But I guess diamonds have gone through the roof. Gold has gone through the roof. And when I was down there buying my ring, or not my ring, my diamond, because it's my same ring, they told me that gold was going up again. Yet again, it was going up. And I thought, how in the world? And the lady that was taking care of me, she said, look at my ring that I got on. And it was gorgeous. It was like, I think it was a 1 carat solitaire and then diamonds on the side. And it was a whole entourage wedding band. And she said she paid $250 or $2,500 for that 17 years ago. She says, I just had it appraised this month. She says, and it's appraised at $15,000. I'm like, oh my God. In 17 years, from $2,500 to $15,000. So ladies, if you got lots of diamonds or some nice, beautiful solitaire stones, don't lose them, sisters. Don't lose them. They're outrageous right now. So my diamond came in today, or my ring was fixed. They called me. I went and picked it up. I got new glasses. I don't have mine right now. But I had to go for my eye exam. My regular eye doctor retired, so I went to a different one. And I was telling her the trouble that I was having. I said, it's like I'm seeing double, but not double as in, if you're inebriated. I said, you look at a sentence and you see the lettering. I said, and right below it, you'll see a shadow of the same letters. That's the double that I see. Well, I used to have a prism in my lens because my husband will tell you, she's cockeyed. Laugh. It's okay. You can laugh. You can't tell looking at my eyes, but one of my eyes is a little off kilter. And it's enough to give me that double vision. Okay. So it's just a slight prism they put in my lens, and it brings everything in perfect alignment, and I don't have that anymore. Well, I don't know, 4 years ago, he decided to take my glasses away. He said, oh, I don't think you need those anymore. And I was all excited because they said, oh, it's from your sinuses. It's from your sinuses. Makes your eye swell or something. I don't know, or puts pressure on it. I don't know. Anyway, took my glasses. Well, I was having headaches all the time, that crazy double vision. And so when I went to the new eye doctor, I said, oh, you got to do something. You got to see if I need that prism back again, because I can't do this. This is terrible. I got 3 different sets of glasses that I wear. One for reading, one for the computer, one for driving. I want one pair of glasses. Please, just give me one pair of glasses. So she did. She checked my eyes, and yes, I needed that prism. I should have never not had it. So I get them. I get the lenses. Of course, I've always had progressive lenses, so I got the progressive lens like I always do. And it was about 3 millimeters off. So I would sit with my glasses on at my computer, and I'd have to tilt my head way back and get it way up here so that I could see it. And it's like, oh, no, that's not right. So I had to go back, and they had to redo the lenses on them. That took another 2 weeks. I got them back today. So now, was it yesterday or Saturday? So I got my ring and I got my glasses all today. Okay. Saturday, I was getting ready to do a video for tomorrow, actually, which would be Tuesday because today's Monday. And I dropped my camera. My $987 camera that I bought 2 years ago. I dropped it. I thought, what in the hell did I ever do to have such a bad couple weeks, I'm telling you. I thought, oh Lordy, my husband tried to fix it, but the way it landed, it didn't break the camera itself. It dented the lens because my lens was totally out. And you turn your lens and it goes back in. Well, when it comes out, it dented that. It landed just right, and it dented that in. And I thought, well, I got to get it fixed. I don't want to buy, no way am I buying another camera. I'm not buying another camera. So we looked online. They're like $250. I said, honey, I got to have a lens. I got to have a camera. Where am I at without a camera? I gotta get one. So I started looking around. I punched in used lenses, for my Lumix camera. And I found one. I found a replacement lens for my camera. It was $129. Bang, I ordered it. It'll be here probably in another, I want to say week to week and a half, because it's closer to Christmas now. But my camera's coming. So in the meantime, we got this brilliant idea in our head. We're just going to go get an El Cheapo, so I don't have to use my phone, because as you can see, my phone doesn't have the greatest quality. That's what I'm using right now. And that's what I will be using. So we went to Walmart, and we hit every camera shop in town between here and Walmart you know, and I stopped at Dollar Tree and got some goodies. You'll see that. I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow and show you other goodies that I got. But anyway, we ultimately wound up in Ludington at Walmart. And I'm looking at cameras, and they had one for like $300. And I told John, I said, I only need something for a week. That's it, 2 weeks tops. I said, and I just can't warrant paying $300 for something for 2 weeks. Because then I just, no. I said, just one of these, and he found an El Cheapo. It was like $100 camera, Vivatar or some crazy HD camera, just one of those little flip screens so that you can see, you know. And I thought, well, beautiful. That's all I need. I had one of those before. Mine was a Panasonic, and I loved it. I wore it out, you know. So he said, well, he says, I'm scared you might drop this one, the luck you're having. You better buy two, darling. So I got two of them, right? We get home, and I'm all excited to get this video going so I can get it up and have a video for tomorrow, tell you about the lovely 2 weeks that I've had. And we get the one camera all set up, and you know how you got to test it out? Absolutely. So my husband's just yakking away, and I'm recording them and download it into my computer, put it up on my thing to see how it sounds and, you know, how it looks. Not a stitch of sound. No sound. No sound. There's a built-in microphone on it. And I was just ready to throw it right through the window. But my window's new. You can't do that. But I'm sure you've had days like that. Where get out of the way. It's coming out the window. Anyway, no sound to it. And I thought, well, what the heck? You know, did I buy a still camera where you have a lot of those little cameras out there. They take still videos, is what they call it, I guess, where they record video but no sound, and then you do a voiceover or you put music to it. And I thought, oh my God, that's just my luck right now to buy that. Not just one, two of them I bought. So I called the company. I thought, there's no way this has got a built-in microphone. This somehow has got to have sound. There's got to be a way to turn it on. Maybe I'm not seeing it. You know, I'm not too camera savvy anyway. Well, I told him, I says, I got two of these. I says, and I can't use either one. If that's what's it's not gonna record sound, for heaven's sakes. What am I gonna do with that? So he told me, he says, well, get the other one out and see if that one records audio. He said, because they've got a built-in microphone. They're supposed to, they're not silent cameras. They're supposed to record audio. So we got that one out, set it all up. Lo and behold, it records audio. Beautiful. All right, we are, you know, I'll just take this one back to Walmart tomorrow, and we're all set. I got this one. I'll keep this one, and even when my lens comes in for my new camera, I got a spare. Well, that didn't work out too well. I did the video of my haul that I did. I showed you all the goodies that I got in that video, and I was all excited. Got to the computer, downloaded it, and the camera, for some reason, and I turned the camera on, and I never touched it until I shut it off when I was done with the video. Just the way it is. It only started recording halfway through the video. So I lost the whole first half of the footage. And I told my husband, I says, I am not even messing with this. Not one more second am I wasting on this. I packaged them both up in their boxes with all their fixings, put them in the bag with the extra SD card. They're going back to Walmart tomorrow. And you see us, we're talking on my phone. And that's just how it's going to be. So bear with me. My phone doesn't give the greatest picture. But 2 weeks, my new lens will be in here for my camera. And we'll be up and rolling again. Oh my goodness. Now you know why I could use some vodka in my coffee. I told my husband, I says, if I was If I could drink, I think I'd be a flaming alcoholic by now. But we can return them. Get my money back. I'm not going to buy anything else. I'm just waiting for my lens to come in. And that's going to be that. And I'm excited. I hope it's in by next week, because next week I want to do some make ahead Thanksgiving sides and things like that. I want to do some canning. Next week I want to can my and do a video on it. My glazed gingered carrots. I'm going to can some of them up. They're wonderful, especially when you put together like a sheet pan dinner. You just put them in there about 15 minutes before everything is done, because they don't need to cook. They'll be already cooked all the way through, and they are wonderful, and they add the best flavor to stuff like that. Sheet pan dinners with the extra vegetables in there. And I also want to do make ahead meals. My husband, he doesn't like broccoli, right? Well, he'll eat it. But he loves the beef and broccoli. Though he doesn't eat the broccoli, but he likes the flavor of all of it married together. So I'm going to do a make-ahead meal with beef and broccoli. And then when we do have it, we'll just serve it over rice. He loves brown fried rice. I already did a video on did I do a video? I think I already did a video on fried rice. But he wants brown fried rice for the freezer. So I might do a video on the brown fried rice and, show you how to get it all set up in your freezer. For those of you who might not know, my leg is bothering me. Oh my goodness. I think it's my hip. I don't know. But after a while, my chair hurts. So, I had quite the week, wouldn't you say? And Tracy came and we did that video. She had a ball for her girls' weekend. Yes, she's going to be coming back, and we're going to do some chit-chat videos. We're going to do some more cooking videos. She brought me the other day, she says, I'm going away for a couple days. She says, and I got this big old onion and some celery and these carrots. She says, and I don't want them to go bad because I'm not going to use them anytime soon. She said, so I'm going to give these to you, and you do whatever you want with them. And I said, why would you give those away, Tracy? I said, how about I freeze dry them for you? I said, that way, if I freeze dry them for you, you have them all winter long and they're not going to go bad. And she says, I never thought of that. I said, you haven't been in the pantry lately to see that I got the gem in here. So I freeze dried the big old package of celery and like a 1 pound bag of carrots and a great big huge onion. I freeze dried all that for her. She's already got it back at her house. I said, that's nice to have. So now I don't think my husband is going to work for that company. I know he wants to go back to where he was working in the summer, to Ron Brown and Sons. He liked that job. The gentleman was good to him. He was a nice guy to work for. And my husband said, really, that's few and far between. He said, when you get a good boss, you don't want to give them up. Just like when a boss gets a good employee, you don't want to give them up. So I think we're going to have Mr. Wayna for the next 4 months, and that's all right. We're ready for it. We stockpiled during the summer. We set money aside. We paid stuff ahead extra just because in the summertime, we thought for sure we would be off, and we planned for it. So it's kind of nice because for once, I think in all the time my husband has worked and me, for once we can say, yeah, you can take the winter off. We can do this, So I think he's going to. And at least, you know, I think they go back to work in March. So, you know, December, January, February, you know, it's going to be about 3.5 months, not quite 4 months. I'll be fine. I told him, I said, you're going to get on camera. I'm going to video you. You're going to be talking. These people want to know who you are. He says, well, I don't know how well I can do that. He is so camera shy. Once you get to know my husband, he'll talk your ear off. But if he doesn't know you, he's as quiet as a mouse. And you get him in front of a camera, he wouldn't make a squeak. It scares him. His knees will shake. And I said, you got to get over that. You know, you just be who you are. Why do you don't have to be scared in front of a camera if you're who you are. I mean, I'm not. I could address the nation. I could tell them anything. I could teach the nation how to can. I could. Oh, I gotta fix my leg and it's sore. Let me get it cozy. It's this chair. Yep, I could address the nation. It wouldn't bother me any. I talk in front of anybody. I never say anything that I'm not pretentious. I don't lie. You know, I'm who I am. And that's the way it is. So anyway, friends, how'd you like that couple weeks I had? And today, oh my goodness. Them stupid cameras. It's like, yeah, I think I tried too hard. Give it up. Use the phone. We're good, you know. So, but we're about to have fun, because I got several videos coming. Remember the dishwasher that I did? My phone is telling me something. The dishwasher that I reviewed, I love that thing. Absolutely. I love that thing for my canning jars. I use it every night. I use that every night. I've never in my life owned a dishwasher. Always did my own dishes, right? And, oh my goodness. I can't get enough of that thing. I use that dishwasher every night. When I do stuff with my jars, I think I got every jar in my house cleaned. Oh, you scared me silly. My husband walked through. Anyway, I love that thing. And that company, Costway, I don't want to say we partnered up because they're not sponsoring my videos, but they're going to send me a few products, you know, throw this and that at me maybe once a month or so, because I don't always do reviews. And I'm real picky because some places just, they don't have very good quality. And how can you give a review on a product that doesn't have good quality? You don't want to get on and you know, talk bad about their product. So I'm always been real careful about it. But this company has good quality stuff. And she contacted me again and she says, would you like to, she says, let me know if you would be interested in, reviewing a Christmas tree, a 6-foot pre-lit Christmas tree. And it's got 250 LED lights on it. And it's funny because my daughter just ordered her new Christmas tree, right? And I told my husband, I says, I really need to get a new tree. I said, because I got this artificial one and it looks like a Charlie Brown tree. It's just as barren as can be. I said, I want a nice, big, fluffy tree. Well, then she contacted me about that. And I said, absolutely. And that's why I went and got some new Christmas ornaments to add to what I've already got. So I'm going to be reviewing that beautiful Christmas tree. And of course, you know, you guys will have 10 or 15% off. I don't remember what she did. If it's 15% off, I think it's 15% off, but don't quote me. Anyway, we'll find out. But you know, that they're nice. And I think the one I was looking at, I think it was 140. But a good tree will last you a long time. A good quality artificial tree will last you quite some time. And they're nice and they're full. They're not, you know, you can't see the wires and the stem that it's all hooked to. It's just all pine. So I'm excited to get that in. And what else was I gonna say? Christmas cookies. We're going to be doing a lot of Christmas cookies this year too. I'm also, because a lot of my Christmas is homemade, we're going to be doing some homemade Christmas baskets. So we're going to have videos on that. I'm going to have lots of ideas for Christmas. And I know some of the videos I've done before, but that's all right. Some of them are very old, clear back 5-6 years ago. And that's all right. I'll do a refresher on them. But we're gonna have fun this Christmas season putting these together. Thanksgiving is gonna be something. My mother, now I've got her recipe for her stuffed turkey because she always would stuff her turkey. I've got that in my cookbook, in the Homestead Pantry cookbook. The turkey and stuffing is in there, the Thanksgiving, and but I never paid attention to when she did the stuffing, because my daughter Susie was always there. She'd always go on Thanksgiving the night before, and her and my mom would put the turkey and the stuffing and everything together. Granted, I got her recipe, but Susie, we're gonna have Thanksgiving at my daughter's house, and I said, "Will you turn the oven off for me, please?"
Off.
Just hit off. Yep. Thank you, sweetheart. We're gonna have Thanksgiving at her house. I says, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to put the stuffing together." And she says, she says, "I did it every year with Nani." She says, "I did the turkey every year with Nani, but she always did the spices and I never paid attention." I said, I got the spices. I know what she used for spices. So we're good. Her and I are gonna do the stuffing and the turkey, but you know what? It'll never be like my mother made. It just will never be the same. She was the most fabulous cook, and her turkey and stuffing was just delightful. So we're gonna do that. This is the first year without my mother for the holidays. Well, last year we didn't really we had her. I mean, she was alive, but last Thanksgiving, she was so sick. And then she was in the hospital most of December. I think we got her out on Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve we got her out of the hospital. So my mother really didn't spend last year holidays with us either, though we went to see her. But she just was so sick. There was just no way. And you know, we just kind of, we went and seen her, but we pretty much left her rest. So this is basically, technically, the second year without celebrating Christmas with her, or the holidays. And it's a hard one. But, you know, life has to go on. Absolutely, life has to go on. She wouldn't want it any other way. So we just have to put our head down and chug away and go. So that's what we're doing. We're going to have a good Christmas, and she'll be with us in spirit. So anyway, friends, I hope you had a chuckle today on my last 2 weeks, and I will I'll see you in the next video. And oh, I know that video, I recorded a video because Friday we had a what was it? We do our family. We're back to doing our weekly family night meals, and I always do the cooking. I love it. Absolutely, the more the merrier. I could cook for an army. Anyway, so Friday I did that video with my broken camera, and I thought, well, it's recording, it's working, it should be okay. Well, it was, but it wasn't. You can see when I went to edit it, I didn't edit it any farther because I didn't think I was going to put it up, because the whole left side of that screen is blurred. So if you remember my videos, when I'm standing in my kitchen, you can see into my living room. You know, you can see all the way to the windows in my living room. Well, the way it is right now, that's where it blurs out. You can't see any part of that side of the screen. And the other side is just has a slight haze to it. But I did my grandma's excuse me, my grandma's goulash recipe, which is just, I mean, it's so basic. And I did a chocolate cherry cake, and I did some homemade garlic bread. So I didn't edit it. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that because you guys, you know, it's not very good quality. And I thought I'll just scrap it and, you know, I'll do another one next week with my phone. But if you still would like to see that video, just let me know in the comments. And I can edit it and I'll throw it up for next weekend or something. I'll put it up there. I'll get it up somewhere. I'll sneak it in so that you can see it if you want to. Otherwise, I'm scrapping it because I wasn't happy with it. And, you know, I was all bent out of shape because my camera was all jacked up and, oh, yeah. But if you'd like to see it, just let me know in the comments. And I will edit it. But for now, I'm going to go because it is late. It is like 10 o'clock at night. It is 10 o'clock at night. My gosh, I didn't realize it was that late. We were gone all day today. And we just got back 2 hours ago. And I did one video. It didn't turn out. Those cameras are junk. Don't never waste your money on those cameras, please. Because you're just buying a headache. And now I got to drive 80 miles round trip because I live in the Pickers. 80 miles round trip to return them. That's it. I love Amazon. I can order on my computer and it comes right to my door. And then my husband was teasing me today because we were driving to Ludington and on 3 different occasions I'm like, oh, the guy ain't going to stop. The guy ain't going to stop. And my husband hits the brakes and he's looking at me like I'm half nuts. And then I told him, oh, this guy's turning. Well, there's a turning lane. You know, we could still go. Anyway, my husband turns around. The 3rd time I did this to him, he probably felt like he was driving Miss Daisy. The 3rd time I did this to him, he says, my God, you got to get out more often. He says, you've already had us in 3 wrecks already. But I got my new lenses. I used that for the excuse. I said, listen, I got my new lenses. I got to get used to them. He says, no, you don't got to get used to them. You got to get out more. Anyway, you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for chatting with me. I'll see you in the next video. And thanks for watching.